Okay, very good. So let us connect. Let us connect. You have an intent to learn, and I have an intent to pass on the knowledge. So the connection starts. Let us connect. So we join at the same time, and there is a learning together, isn't it? That is what it means by let us connect. We connect all the time. Is it true or not? We connect all the time. You, you go to the restroom, you don't connect to the kitchen. So it's almost by default outer connections that we learn habitually, by default. Huh? I have a knowledge of the restroom. I have an intent. I go to the restroom. I have an intent to make a coffee. I connect to the kitchen and the stove and make a coffee. See that? Look at it. I'm just making these principles simple. But sometimes it happens. No, I want to go to the restroom and then I land up in the kitchen and then I say, okay, just hold for a minute. I'm coming. Did it happen? No, I'm just giving an example. Did it happen? Why it happened? Now the journey starts. Why it happens? Because mind changes the direction. Now I have this intent to go to the restroom, and the mind instantly thinks something, and unconsciously, habitually, I land up in the kitchen, and then I say, oh, yes, let me go back. Maybe sometime it might have happened. You call the person A, and then you say, I'm sorry, by mistake I connected to you. I wanted to call someone. Did it not happen? Are we connected to Eastern wisdom rightly? That is the thing that makes you a seeker. Are you getting it? I started with let us connect. So, what happens in Eastern wisdom? We have a principle which is known as four connections. Four connections. Are you connecting to me? Yes. Are you connecting to me with an intent to know your real self? No, let us attend this beer guy. Maybe you have an idea that he talks good, so let us see what is good in it. No, it will not work. We have to be serious. Serious in a sense that serious in learning. It will not work. It will not work. My mom died in UK and I am in grief. You are saying that we should remain detached. So it means should I be should I have a dry mind without love? Total misunderstanding. You learn, you join one session and you write to me like this. One girl wrote to me. Connection. Connection. Are you clear about let us connect? The moment you wake up, we connect. You wake up, sun is already there. There is another chance that you wake up before the sun enters into your room, or after. That makes a great difference. When you wake up before the sun rises, you are ready to welcome the sun. Otherwise, the sun is waiting. So, 4 connections. You see, just become aware. Whether you leave your house for a work, do you carry home with you? No. This is what our masters are saying. Am I ready to succeed in meditation? Do I carry my past regrets? Do I carry my worries of the future in the journey of meditation? It will not happen. See that just become, it's a pure understanding, intellect. For becoming a seeker, we should understand the departure point in the mind. Same example, use the same example. Intent to go to the restroom. So I have a knowledge. So from where I am is the departure point, right? Then I go and return. What is the departure point in your life for meditation? Tell me. Think of it. You have to think. It is not me to think of you. I'm passing on the knowledge. So here is the world I am living with my family, professional life, family life, personal life. Do I experience pain, grief, pleasure, comfort? Can you ignore it? No. How many times I've been experiencing pain, grief, pleasure, comfort? Every day, almost every month, every week, in one way or the other way. So why the hell I'm living the same life and expecting a different result? If you don't think in that way, it does not make you the highest level of a seeker. It means, what the mind of an animals are doing, I'm doing the same thing. Impulsive, habitual, pain, then pleasure, then pain, then pleasure. Does my mind think that I want to transcend this? Is there a way? 4 connections. So what is the way? If I connect to that knowledge that helps me to transcend the current state, I can depart. So I know the departure point. Not very tough. I'm making it very simple. In the earliest text, the oldest text, Rig Veda, explains this 4 connections. And that is hidden in almost every text of Eastern wisdom, whether it is Patanjali Yoga Sutra or Gita or any text. Our goal is to become a seeker. Everyone can become a seeker. That is very clear. Why we are a human being. And what is the arrival point? And then we will understand the 4 connections. What is the arrival point? Now I know who am I, who truly I am. I know it. So what knowledge is passed on? That I am is the real self, full of truth, wisdom, love, peace, happiness. It has no paradox. It has no dualities. What is the nature of the world? I know it 100%. You know, we normally say if you know the enemy very well, you can tackle. You can be offensive, you can be defensive at times to win over. And then what is this existence? We know it 100%. Now you know all the 3. Who I am, what is this world, and what is the existence. Just imagine, think you know all of them. Do you have any problem in life? Tell me. Then there is no suffering at all. So why we say what is the result? Result of practicing meditation is complete end of suffering. And I discovered how to live, work, and act in this world from moment to moment. Remind yourself, I am doing the same stuff again and again and expecting a different result. Now I am doing something different in my life. Now I got the result. Making it little simpler, and then we will directly go to the uh, four connections the way the masters have explained. Write down in your mind what is the goal of life and what are the goals in your life. Goals in life is outward: wealth, money, sex, etc., etc. And the goal of life of every human being is only one: self discovery. Is it moving in your mind all the time? Is it happening all the time? Are you aware the moment you wake up in the morning and your mind says, yes, I am one step forward, attaining goal of life? First question. What is goal of life? What are the goals in life? Second is, what are the positive traits that you have? It is coming from the real self. We have to increase it. What are the negative traits? We have to drop it. We have to find the ways to drop it. But your mind must answer why you have chosen the goal of your life. You should be 100% clear. Are you 100% clear about your name, your house, your job, your profession, your gender? No problem. Mind doesn't confuse you. So I must be 100% clear why I have chosen goal of my life. Why clarity is required, so that the intellect will take over if the mind pushes you towards pleasure, pain, and grief, and reaction, and duality and a conflict. Intellect will say, come on, I have chosen the goal of life. Why I come here? Just to pass on the knowledge. You are listening, very good. Not listening, very good. What I have to do? But if I say, why the hell you are not listening? Why you are moving your head? This is none of my business. My business is to pass on the knowledge. Are you clear? We are talking of four connections. The moment we connect to the world, we all have four connections, the 4 points to connect. If these 4 points are not very well understood and you act on it, you have a problem. Can it happen in a day? No. Because the mind has accumulated a lot of impurities. Impurities due to incomplete knowledge. Mind keeps me distracted all the time. What needs to be done? So to become a seeker, I have to think, 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 think. What is the goal of life? What are the goals in life? What are the positive traits? What are the negative traits? Why I have chosen this goal of life? Why I have chosen a particular job? Why you wear a particular dress? You know it. I like it. Getting it? Yes. So the master says if these four connections are not clear, where? In your head, the mind will take over you. Mind will start working on you. Mind will cheat you. Mind will trick you. And you will not achieve success in this journey. And the same mind will blame the teacher and the knowledge and all the stuff. Mind will blame, you don't see that I have a lot of problems in my life. Who doesn't have a problem? Tell me. Who has never been sick? Even Bill Gates wants to earn little more. Who doesn't want to earn more? So now come to directly the four connections. First connection, it says adhikari. The word adhikari means qualified seeker. That is the first. Second is what is the subject matter? Two. Second. Third, what is the result? Why I'm doing it? So result. And so you have three: qualified seeker, subject matter, and the result. And how the three are connected together by permutation and combination, that is known as relationship. So first point, qualified seeker. Second point, subject matter. Third point, result. Fourth point, how they three are related. Clear? Now, when you live in the world, find out that we all have these. The moment we say, let us connect, you have all the four things. Do you connect to me? Yes. Do you connect to your honey? Yes. But the relationship is different. Do you see that? Do you see that? Even if you say your pet honey, that relationship is different from fill in the blanks. Do you see that? Now pick up the first one. Qualified seeker. What exactly is qualified seeker? So Holmes say, go to the first talk. Become a seeker. Mind should live in the fourth state, means one-pointedness. First qualification of a seeker. So what we need to understand to become a qualified seeker? That Patanjali says you live into fourth state of the mind. No, I don't understand. So understand in a different way. Identify in your mind your likes and dislikes, your causes of pain and the pleasure, profit and the loss. They are all known as the impurities of the mind. I have to remove them to become a qualified seeker. Second, in daily living, you are driving, you are only the driver. There is no distraction. Finished. You are with your honey. You are absorbed into that honey. No distraction. So first is removing the impurities. Second, to become a qualified seeker, I have to remove the distraction. It does not mean that I have to force my mind to focus. If I'm in the kitchen, I'm totally in the kitchen. If I'm in the bedroom, I'm 100% there. Two things. When these two things happen, just start living your life like this. Living like your life this. Don't you think I don't have a phone? Don't you think that, I don't get a call? Why should I pick up? Question is, I ask myself, why should I pick up? This is the most important thing I must be doing here and now. Third, third is known as ignorance. First is impurity, second is distraction, third is ignorance. When the impurities are removed, distractions are gone, the way I start living my life. So you can practice the premeditation, whatever you are doing in your life. I'm talking to my honey. Intellect, are you awakened? Yes. Live. Talk to your honey with an awakened intellect. Don't allow the mind to be impulsive, instinctive. Do you see that? Do you see that? Do you see the part? I'm talking to a friend. Mind, never be impulsive and instinctive. Intellect, you have to take charge. See, the life changes. Life changes. Sometimes I also encounter those problems and then I stop talking to those people. I keep a distance. I simply stop. It doesn't mean I don't love them. Care is there. I keep a distance. Third is avaran. Avaran means ignorance. So qualified seeker. Very clear? Now come to the subject matter. What exactly is the subject matter? Did you recognize? What is the subject matter? I have repeated it. Who I am, I don't know. My mind, intellect must remain aware that I don't know who truly I am all the time in my personal, professional, social life, internally. Another way to understand this subject matter, I feel I'm separate from the supreme consciousness, but I am not. So I have to break that shell, that why I am, how I feel that I'm separate from the existence or the supreme consciousness, and how I have to discover this. That is the subject matter in short. What is the third? What is the result? We have to keep in our mind the result. What is the result? Complete end of suffering. Any kind of suffering. I'm no more suffering. Can you declare that? You have achieved the success in meditation. Think like this. I've been telling you, I repeated a couple of times, start thinking the way these masters are thinking. I'm just passing on the knowledge. Is it possible? Yes, it is 100% possible. So, what is the four connections? So, when I live with the four connections, it is possible. Let me start living. Whether I'm living personal life, professional life, social life, second part of the result. First is complete end of suffering. Now, see what happens in meditation. First result is complete end of suffering, and then comes you awaken to the permanent peace and happiness. Two things, one after the other. Now come to the relationship. You are a qualified seeker. You relate to the knowledge of the Eastern wisdom. I just told you, I want a cup of tea or a coffee, so I connect to the first, the knowledge of the coffee that is already in my head. Action part, I go to kitchen, not to the restroom or not to the bedroom. You see? Do you see the connection? Can I connect myself internally? Becoming a seeker is the internalization of your mind. So, first connection, relationship between the qualified seeker and the subject matter and the result. So, I'm always keeping that. Why I have come to you? Just to pass on this knowledge. You oppose me. You are not opposing me. You are opposing Eastern wisdom. So, no problem. But after opposing, you ask a question, you are a seeker. Make it make a point. You understand. What you understand? That my mind is not able to understand this principle. That is why I am asking a question. Remove my confusion. You are a seeker. That is what the relationship between now relationship between what you are doing and the particular activity. That is another relationship. What is the work? Impurities to be removed. Who has to remove the impurities? I am. What I have to do. We'll talk about those practices later, but first understand. So, are you aware that I am the doer? Here is the work. In the beginning, we have to be the doer. Another connection. Am I a seeker? Yes. What I'm doing now? Is my mind thinking? Has gone somewhere? Distracted. See that? See that? Some people complain to me that whenever I sit in meditation, then only there are influx of thoughts in my mind. Otherwise, I'm okay. Otherwise, I'm okay. When I go to the kitchen to cook a tea, then only I have a nasty thoughts. Why? Because mind connects you to something, some event of pain that took place in the past. What a beautiful way to. No, I'm trying myself to make you understand if you live in these four connections all the time. Do you have 5 minutes, couple of days? Now, after every couple of hours during the day, remember qualified seeker, that seeker must get rid of the distraction, must get rid of the impurities, and gain the knowledge. Reserve praise subject matter. What is the subject? Who I am? Am I the supreme consciousness, or am I a simply limited individual who is suffering all the time? Third, the result. I should keep my mind, intellect clear on the result. Otherwise, what will happen? Mind will say, earn little more and then you can sit in meditation. No, do meditation and earn also. We are not opposed to anything. No, no, I have lot of things to do in the world. Why? Repeating the same thing, expecting a different result, nothing will happen. So you are responsible to be a seeker, or you are responsible for not becoming a seeker. Did you understand that clearly? If you understand that clearly, you have to repeat it again and